The Spartans, a name whispered through the ages as a synonym for unparalleled discipline, unwavering courage, and the relentless pursuit of martial glory. History seethes with their legend. The 300 at Thermopylae, the Agoges' brutal crucible, the black broth that sustained their warriors, all echoes of a civilization forged in iron, fire, and blood. Yet, like all great empires, Sparta faded from the world. The precise date is debatable, some placing its fall in the 4th century BC, others as late as the Roman era. But why? Why did this nigh-invincible warrior society crumble into obscurity? Imagine a world where childhood is not a time of play but of grueling trials meant to weed out the weak. A world where women are not delicate ornaments but hardened pillars expected to raise the next generation of warriors. Where the very land a society inhabits is not fertile farmland but a harsh crucible that fuels their relentless focus.
This is Sparta!
Not just another Greek city-state, but an experiment in human potential and societal organization, unlike anything else in their era. Under the laws of the near-mythical Lycurgus, Spartans rejected luxury, embraced austerity, and sculpted themselves into a singular weapon, the phalanx. Their armies were feared legends, their warriors the embodiment of unwavering discipline. Over centuries, Sparta rose to become the undisputed master of mainland Greece. Their influence wasn't just military might, but philosophical. Sparta represented a stark alternative to the more artistically and intellectually inclined Athenian model, a reminder of the raw power of the human will. This was the Sparta that would fall. But why? How could a society so utterly dedicated to supremacy, so uniquely structured for dominance, eventually crumble? Sparta's descent wasn't a swift collapse, but a tragedy played out in slow motion. Think not of a single mighty tree felled by a woodcutter's axe, but an ancient forest succumbing to drought and disease, the signs easy to miss until the landscape is irreversibly transformed. The cornerstone of Spartan power, their warrior class, was inherently fragile. Their pursuit of physical perfection and disdain for any life outside battle led to a citizen population dangerously small for an empire of their ambition. Even victories came at a terrible price. The grinding decades of the Peloponnesian War, 431–404 BC, though technically a Spartan triumph, left them bloodied and weakened. The Battle of Leuctra in 371 BC was more than just a military defeat. It was a shattering of the Spartan myth, a revelation that they were not the untouchable masters of the battlefield. Every enemy, from disgruntled helots to ambitious rival states, took note. This precarious foundation of dwindling warriors was further undermined by the nature of Spartan rule. Their vast domain was built on the subjugation of neighboring peoples, most infamously the Helots, a captive populace that vastly outnumbered their Spartan overlords. The Spartans existed in a state of perpetual low-level warfare simply to maintain their position, diverting precious men from distant battlefields to keep watch at home. The Great Helot Revolt of 464 BC, sparked by a devastating earthquake, showed the precariousness of their grip, a chilling reminder that the ground beneath their feet could tremble at any moment. As the 4th century BC progressed, the world outside Sparta's borders shifted and churned. New powers, new ways of thinking about warfare emerged. Clever tacticians like Epaminondas of Thebes learned to exploit the inherent rigidity of the Spartan phalanx. His innovations at Leuctra sent shockwaves throughout Greece and weakened Sparta's grip over its allies. However, the deepest, most insidious threat came from within. Success can be as damning as defeat. Spartan society resisted any softening, any form of artistic, intellectual, or economic expansion. Yet the temptations of conquest brought riches, and riches breed new desires. Cracks began to appear in their famed austerity, in their single-minded focus on war above all else. Greed and factionalism crept in, weakening the once incorruptible heart of their society. Distant expeditions like the disastrous Sicilian expedition, 415–413 BC, wasted lives, resources, and the moral high ground Sparta once claimed. The decline of Sparta was not a single fatal wound, but a multitude of ills. A dwindling and overstretched warrior caste, a restive subjugated population, a changing geopolitical landscape, and a slow but undeniable rotting of the ideals that made Sparta both unique and formidable. It was a slow, agonizing unraveling, a fading of the fire that had set the ancient world ablaze with both fear and admiration. Was Sparta's fall inevitable? Historians still debate. Perhaps with different choices, a reformed Sparta could have adapted and survived. But they clung to a brutal, unsustainable model. As enemies learned their weaknesses and internal rot ate away at their foundations, their demise was sealed. Sparta leaves us with a stark, timeless warning. Even the mightiest empires, built on the sharpest swords and steeliest resolve, are vulnerable to the passage of time and the shifting currents of fate. Did Sparta truly fall, or does their legend live on, inspiring and cautioning us across millennia? I leave that question to you. If you've enjoyed this exploration of history, like and subscribe for more stories of empires risen and fallen.